Hi students, this is ML4. This is lesson 4. In this lesson, I am going to introduce two important concepts. The first one is sine rule. Sine rule means, see, trigonometric ratios sometimes are positive, sometimes they are negative. So, but there is a definite rule. So, let us try to understand and remember. Let us consider a unit circle. So this is coordinate system. Say let us take a unit circle. Let us say this is A. So this radius is 1. Now we know that to define a trigonometric ratio, we should take one circle, one radius. Let us say for example, this radius I am taking. Say this is, say P. This point is P. Now since this radius is 1, this is also 1. This is 1. Now this is in the first quadrant. So what we have done is we have taken a radius which is rotated here, making an angle say x. And then if you draw the perpendicular here, if you draw the perpendicular, let us say this is M. This point is A and B. A and B. Now I need not discuss six ratios because if I know the sign of sine ratio, sine of cosecant ratio is not necessary because they are one and the same. Therefore, what we have to do is we have to consider sine x, cos x, and tan x. Only these three ratios sufficient. Now, in the first quadrant, if P is here, this means in the first quadrant, what is the condition? It is 0 less than x less than pi by 2. This means it is first quadrant. What is the sign of this trigonometric ratio? So, by definition, see if you, this is A, this distance is A actually, PM distance is A, OM distance is A, PM distance is B. And you know that in the first quadrant, this A, B both are positive. Now, sin x equal to B by 1 by definition, which is B. Similarly, cos x is A by 1, this is A. Tan x is B by A. So, by definition, opposite by hypotenuse, adjacent by hypotenuse, and opposite by adjacent. Now, since A is positive, B is positive, this is positive. This is also positive. This is also positive. Therefore, what is the conclusion? All ratios are positive. All positive. I will just write here all positive. So, this is the first thing. Now, let me just take the next case. Let us say I am taking a point radius P here. Let me take Q. Q. See, now this is the understanding which you should have. A radius is rotated along this one, or a line segment is rotated along this one, and it comes here. So this angle is now x. This angle. Remember, angle means always you should measure from the positive direction of x-axis. Then you should go in this direction. It is positive. So now I am taking this as x. Now how to define? So the condition now is pi by 2 less than x less than pi, because this angle is more than 90 less than 180. Now, as before, what you have to do is first you have to draw the perpendicular. Now in this case, you forget about this one. Now let me take, this is now m. So as before, this is 1 only. Let me take this as B only again. This is A. And don't see this is a, this is minus a, you forget about this one, you take only this, because I don't want to use different notations. Or if you get confused, let me take for example here a1 and b1, that is better. a1 b1, this is one only. So now what is sin x? What is sin x? Therefore, I told you, whatever the way we defined in high school level to define sin x, cos x, tan x, that cannot be used here. See here, this is the angle x. Try to understand. What is the opposite side of this one? There is no meaning. So actually what you have to do is, you have to drop the perpendicular, and that perpendicular should be taken as B. So this is opposite side now. Actually it is opposite side of this angle. So that's the thing. This is the adjacent. Okay, this is the hypotenuse. So now the definition of sin x is actually b1 divided by 1. So this is b1. And cos x is a1 divided by 1. So this is a1. And tan x is b1 by a1. Now here, since it is in the second quadrant, see this coordinate of q is actually a1 b1, a1 b1. Now negative x-axis, this is negative x-axis, this is positive y-axis. It is the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, this should be negative. A is negative, B is positive. So A1 is negative, B1 is positive. So this is positive, whereas this is negative. Then tan x is, this is positive, whereas this is negative. So this is also negative. So this is the reason. So I can say here sin is positive. Sin positive. So this is the rule. Now let me remove the diagram here, so otherwise it will be confusing. Let me remove this condition now. This also I will remove, but I will use the same circle. Let me take next. So here what I have done is, remember sin is positive here. Here all positive, all the trigonometric ratios are positive. And here now what I do is, here I will take the next quadrant. I will do here only. Next quadrant, that is quadrant 4. So that is pi less than x less than 3 pi by 2. So this quadrant, quadrant 3, this is quadrant 2. This is third quadrant, quadrant 3. Now imagine how to define the trigonometric ratio. Take a radius here, rotate it like this, but it should come to the third quadrant. That means like this. Like this. Say now this also not necessary, everything you can remove. This also not necessary. So now as before, draw the perpendicular. This is P now, this is M, this is of course O. How to define sin? So if it is B here, this is B, Y value, this is A. Here I need not take A1 B because I have removed the remaining diagram. So this is perpendicular. So this is the angle. Please note, not this angle, this is the angle x. So x lies between pi and 3 pi. What is sin x? Sin x will be equal to, now, sin x is always, it is the perpendicular drawn from this point to the x-axis, that is taken as b, this one. So this is b divided by hypotenuse, this is 1 because it is unit circle. So this is 1. This is B. But look here, in the third quadrant, first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, x is negative, y is also negative. So this coordinate AB, both A is negative and B is negative. So this is negative. This is negative. So the sin ratio is negative. Then let us take cos ratio, cos x. This equal to A by 1. Once again, see here A is negative, therefore A negative. Then if you take tan x, this will be equal to, by definition it is same as this B by A. So B divided by A, but this is positive because A is also negative, B is also negative, means negative by negative is positive. So which ratio is positive here? So this is tan. So here all, then here sine, positive here tan. Now definitely you can guess what is the next term. So here cos will be positive, but I have to show you how cos is positive. This is the third quadrant, second quadrant, first quadrant. I will remove this one now. So let me take here also, I will remove all the diagram, otherwise confusion. So let me remove all these things. We need only circle. So this is O. Now the last case is 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2 is 270 degree less than x angle less than 2 pi. So how to draw the diagram? Imagine OA radius is rotated and it comes to this one, third quadrant. Oh, sorry, fourth quadrant here, like this. What is the angle I have to show? This is the angle, like this. Now, same procedure, you have to draw the perpendicular here. This is our opposite and this is adjacent. Same thing. If you take this P now, if you take this P, this is once again AB, this is A, this is M as before, this is 1, this is B. Now look here, in this case, that is when x lies between 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi, this is the case. What is sin x? Once again, it is altitude B divided by hypotenuse 1. So it is B divided by 1 B. Same thing, cos x will be A divided by 1, it is A. And tan x is B divided by A. Now look at the diagram and decide. This is in the fourth quadrant. X is positive, positive x-axis. Y is negative. B is negative. A is positive. Therefore, this is negative. This is positive. And this will be negative because one is negative, another one is positive. So, this is negative. So, there is a beautiful relationship between the sign of three trigonometric ratios. See here, so I have to write here cos positive. So what is the relation? All positive here. This is the logical understanding. The entire plane is divided into 4 parts. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Now in the first quadrant, all trigonometric ratios are positive. In the second quadrant, it is only sine which is positive. In the third quadrant, only tan is positive. Only tan is positive means what? Remaining to negative. Here, only cos is positive, remaining to negative. So, this is the arrangement of trigonometric ratios. They are very disciplined. They are very friendly. They are cooperative. See, here you see, all are positive. Here, sine says, I will be positive, you too be negative. Here, tan is, it is the turn of the tan now. That is positive, remaining to negative. Here, it is the turn of the cos. That is positive, remaining to negative. So, it is very simple to remember. And to remember this one, there is one, actually that is called mnemonics. There are different words. One is this. You see here, you have to remember like this. You take a, divide the plane into 4 parts. This is origin. Here it is all. Here it is sine. Here it is tan. Here it is cos. Sometimes to remember this one, we say all A students, yes, take tea, coffee. See, or some teachers say all silver tea cups. So like that, or ACTS, whatever is convenient to remember. So this is the rule. All sine, tan and cos. Meaning what? All positive, sine positive. Sine positive means what? Remaining to or negative, automatic. Tan positive means what? What you have to understand? Cos is negative, sine is negative. Cos positive is the remaining two. So this is the adjustment of, that is called the sine rule. That is called that. So this is very, very important in solving the problem. For example, you see, if I say theta equal to 120 degrees. Suppose I use degree measure or radian measure. This is in which quadrant? This is in the second quadrant. So definitely if I write sine 120, then cos 120 and tan 120, definitely this should be positive, this should be negative, this should be negative. So because sine only positive. Suppose I write cos 300 degree, whether it is positive or negative. Whenever you want to decide whether it is positive or negative, first thing which you have to remember is where that particular angle lies, whether it is first, second or third quadrant. So 300 means 270 plus 30, it is in the fourth quadrant. Definitely it is positive. Any other angle also you can say. For example, you see, I have already told you in the first class, angle need not be 360, it can be more than that. Say 400 degree, Suppose I am asking you what is the sine of sine 400 degree, cos 400 degree and tan 400 degree. So now what you have to do is first you have to decide where this angle lies. So 300, 90, 90, 90, 90, it is 360. After 360, once again 40 you have to add. That means it will be in the first quadrant. So this becomes positive, this becomes positive, this becomes positive. So this is the logic. So any angle we can decide the trigonometric ratio sine. So this is one important thing which you have to remember, sine law. Now sometimes questions can be like this. What is the use of this one? Say for example, question will be like this: given sine x equal to say 3 by 5 and pi by 2 less than x less than pi by 2 less than x less than pi. Find all the remaining 5 trigonometric ratios. Sine is given, of course, remaining 5. That means all the 5 including the reciprocal ratio are find. What is the procedure of doing this? So what you have to do is, the best method is the way I have shown here, that is better. So first you take the diagram like this: x, then origin, x dash, then y dash. Here x lies between pi by 2 and pi. That means it is in the second quadrant. This is the first quadrant, this is second quadrant. So you approximately draw the diagram. So this is the diagram. And you need not take unit circle, that is not necessary. This is the thing, because it is not given. So now this is P, let us see, and this is M. In fact, you can't take a unit circle. So this is the thing. Now apply the definition. This angle is x. Always this is the angle. You should measure the angle from this one. Now the definition of sine x is this: sine x equal to, what is the coordinate of this we have to take, it is 3 by 5 means opposite is 3, hypotenuse is 5. That means I have to take this as 5. Then what is 3? Perpendicular distance drawn from this point, that is actually B. So this is 3. Now use Pythagoras theorem. This is 5, this is 3. So 5 square is 25 minus 3 square is 9 means 16. So 4. But you should be careful. It is negative x-axis, so this is minus 4. Now, what is cos x? Therefore, cos x will be equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. So it is minus 4 by 5. As we have already studied, this is negative in the second quadrant. Similarly, say tan x equal to now, this is opposite, that is 3 divided by minus 4. So you can see in the second quadrant, sine is only positive, remaining negative. Now question is find the remaining trigonometric ratios also. Definitely cosec x will be reciprocal, so it is 5 by 3, and secant x will be equal to minus 5 by 4, and tan x will, cot x will be equal to minus 4 by 3. So this is the method. Let me show you one more example where I am taking, in another quadrant. So with that, I think you can do any such question. Given any one trigonometric ratio and the magnitude of the angle, definitely you can find all the remaining trigonometric ratios. Say for example, it is given that secant x equal to 13 by 12, 13 by 12, and what is given is 3 pi by 2 less than x less than 2 pi. Now you have to find all the remaining trigonometric ratios. What is very important here is this you have to decide. Where is this angle? So first you draw the coordinate system like this. Y dash y. Then secant x is in the fourth quadrant, therefore it should be like this. You take a ray and rotate like this, then it comes here. And remember, it is an approximate diagram. You need not worry about the magnitude of the angle, etc. But you have to indicate like this. This is the angle. This is the angle. Now, this point you take as P, then drop the perpendicular to x-axis. So this is M. This angle is 90 degree. This is x. So now, according to definition, secant x means hypotenuse by adjacent. So hypotenuse means this is 30. What is the adjacent of this angle? This is 12. This is 12. So 13 and 12 means this is a Pythagorean triangle. So this is 5. If you don't know, you have to prove like this. So 13 square minus 12 square, then find it. So square root of that will be this one. So that is the method. But now you should be careful. This is positive because along positive x-axis, whereas this is negative, and this is always positive. So this is minus 5. Once you find this one, so sine x will be equal to, opposite means this, minus 5 divided by 13, and cos x, of course, it is reverse of this one, reciprocal, 12 by 13. Then tan x is opposite means minus 5 by 12. So these are the three ratios. Remaining you can write using this one only. Therefore, cosecant x will be equal to minus 13 by 5. Secant x given, there is no need to write here. Tan x is given, therefore cot x will be equal to minus 12 by 5. So this is the method. So given any trigonometric ratio, you can find all the remaining, but only one condition is where the x is there, that it should be given. Otherwise you can't find, because there will be two answers. Because simply if secant x equal to 13 by 12 is given, if this is not given, there are two possibilities. For example, it can be here or it can be here. Then in that case you have to do three separate cases. So this is one thing you have to remember. So this is called sine rule. I hope you understand the concept very clearly. Remember, what I am doing now is just building the concept so that later it becomes very simple to tackle any problem. So this is all about the sine rule. The next one is allied angle. I doubt very much whether I cannot complete the concept, but let me give you just an idea. So this is another important concept, allied angles. Allied angles. What do you mean by allied angle? Let me explain. You take, for example, a theta, say, let us say it is between pi by 2 and 0. That is acute angle. Then, if you take, for example, 0 plus or minus theta, pi by 2 plus or minus theta, pi plus or minus theta, then 3 pi by 2 plus or minus theta, and 2 pi plus or minus theta. These angles are called allied angles. Actually, that is the meaning. Of course, condition theta is less than this one is not necessary, but if you understand this, if you make this one, it is easy to write. And in general, all these things, listen carefully, in general, all these things can be written as n pi by 2 plus or minus theta, n belonging to z. Let me explain a little bit further. See, n is 0, you get this. Because n is belonging to z means it can be 0 also. So you get this condition. When n is 1, you get pi by 2 plus or. When n is 2, you get this condition. N is 3, this condition. N is 4, that condition. And any other n, it will be here only. Any one of them. So that is the thing. So multiple. So this is called allied angle in separately, and this is in general. So this is the meaning of allied angle. Now, trigonometric ratios follow a very specific rule with allied angles. What is that, you know? Suppose you want to find sine of, say, pi by 2 minus theta. So there is a definite rule for this one. Similarly, some of them you have studied already in 10th standard. Cos of pi by 2 minus theta, you can write what it is. Similarly, tan of pi by 2 minus theta, you can find. Writing this is called allied angle rules. Allied angle rules. So of course I will write now. Sine of this one is cos theta. Cos of this one is sin theta. That's why they are called co-ratio. Tan is cot theta. Cot theta. Then, if you take sine of, you can also take plus or minus. So you can take pi by 2 plus theta, cos pi by 2 plus theta, tan pi by 2 plus theta. Now here the rule is, this is cos theta, this is minus sin theta, this is minus cot theta. Like this. Now just imagine, for this one if I take only this, there are 6 different rules. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different rules. So that is one set. If you take this once again, 6 different rules you will get. If you take this one once again, so 6 different rules. Because for 3 plus 1, 3, and for minus 3. And for this one, totally, once again 6. Total it is 24 formula. 24 formula. And with this one more is there actually. 0 plus or minus. Plus no problem. Minus. So 3 rules. So totally 27 formula you have to remember. Normally students are frightened. We have to remember so many 27 formula. Don't worry. There is a very simple trick to remember this one. What I am presenting now is only the idea. How many formula you have to derive. And I will show you for some simple cases how exactly or why this sign of this one is cos theta, because there is a proof. Because my idea is, whenever you prove using certain logical method, you understand, oh, this is what the trigonometric ratio is, this is what the rule is. Then of course remembering is easy. I told you in the beginning also, don't mechanically memorize anything. That is not necessary. Just try to understand. It is just like, it is a journey. You should just enjoy. You should just observe all the rules and regulations. First understand them. Don't worry about the memorization first. Try to understand how this is. For example, sine rule, I have made it very clear. In the first quadrant what happens, second quadrant what happens, etc. First you have to understand them. Once you understand, it will not be difficult. Therefore, totally 27 allied angle rules I have to remember. I have to tell you. There is a very simple technique of remembering. So that I will be discussing in the next class. But before that, let me just tell you what is the use of, say, how you have to use this one. For example, see, I want to find sine, say, 120 degree. We know that 30 degree, 60 degree, 45 degree, of course 90 degree, these angles. 120 degrees acute obtuse angle. Therefore, you can write this as actually sine of 90 plus 30 degree. So 120 can be written as 90 plus 30. So now, if you use this rule, see sine, this is 90, sine 90 plus theta, it is cos theta. So this is cos 30. So this is a rule actually. This is how we are using this allied angle rule. So that's why you see theta should be made acute. So 30. So this is using this one we can find the value. For example, sine 120 is same as cos 30, then you can find what is cos 30 root 3 by 2. So this is the way we can actually find the allied angle rules. In the next class, let us study a few proofs I am giving so that you will be convinced. This is how we are getting the rule. Then I will tell you the technique of remembering all the 27 or whatever number. Don't worry whether 27 or 30, you can remember. With this, let me conclude. Today's class, I have given you only one important idea, that is sine rule. So remember this sentence: all student take coffee. That is first quadrant call, second quadrant sine, third quadrant tan, fourth quadrant cos positive. Then I have just introduced you the allied angle concept. In the next class, let me begin with the allied angle formula. Till then, bye. But before concluding, if you like this video, please continue to watch further. First, you subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and share with your friends. I am happy that a lot of students are watching the video. But my request is, if you want to understand the entire concept of trigonometry, you have to watch from the first video only. In the same sequence you have to go, because I am going in a logical way, so that everything will be clear in the beginning. Later, of course, in the supplementary lesson, I will take the problems and solve it. Till then, bye. Take care.